Okay, all right, and we're in there. Hold on one second. All right, perfect. Let me mute everybody's line out. So we have no interruptions there. And then we're going to take this joint live on the page. We appreciate everybody hopping on this afternoon. We're not going to hold you long. Just want to go over information with you for a couple of moments in regard to how to build generational wealth. Let me turn this live on so we can get everybody in. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're gonna go over a couple of things with you for a couple of moments. I'm your host for this afternoon, Agent Dynamite Sloan. I appreciate you, sir, for doing that great welcoming in and bringing everybody to the call to discuss family business, right? I just had one of the most enlightening calls of my life just a couple moments ago. It's kind of going right into this topic with my brother going over generational wealth. And one thing that we discussed, which is how to make sure we build a legacy of family. I'm gonna see if I can get Maurice on as well real quick to see if he can actually come in and speak to us a little bit right now. Let me hit him up and see if he can get in here. Here's Zoom all the way in Denmark, y'all. So when we talk about an opportunity to grow a family business, and we talk about generational wealth, this opportunity, guys, has done more than a little bit for me and my family, more for me, a little bit for me and my team. We're actually talking about really implementing the things that people discuss, the things that people talk about just vaguely or talk about from a perspective of can it be done, is being done right now with us right now here in Tradera, guys. It's an amazing opportunity for us to be in a position to be able to grow, monetize our revenue, increase our net worth, to be able to transfer different skills over to our family, teach our kids new skill sets. I mean, I got kids from 16 to 5 years old right now in my house that I'm teaching legacy to, right? So being in this type of environment, I feel like a lot of times the environment that we're in is going to dictate how far we go in life, the type of information that we have an opportunity to be a part of, right? And I feel like the limited information leaves us in constraints where we can't go but so far. It's not that we don't have good heart, good intention, but you can never outgo the information, right? If you don't know how to tie your shoes, you'll never tie them. You'll walk around with strings that's loose because no one taught you how to do it, right? Everything has to be taught. And this is why I'm doing these calls at 4 and 7 every single day until, you know, my heart tells me to do something different. It's for the simple way that I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can do as a person, that this information has been implanted in my heart and my mind, that I share it to you. My talks are never scripted. My talks is how I feel. That what you hear from me today at 4, you may not hear the same thing at 7. Just how I feel is how I give it. And my thing I want to talk about is generational wealth and true economics of empowerment. How do we get our family into another position? And so I'm going to put some things together for you guys today. And I just want to talk about how most people today, I'm going to talk about the power of $500 in this call right here, right? So most people today, you can look at it statistically, and I'll pull up a couple of statistics that I'm going to share on this call on my other phone with you, how most people statistically don't have $500 saved. Most people today don't have $500 saved, but yet we have a business opportunity where our first tier would have saved hundreds of thousands, millions of people from being in financial despair in the United States of America and abroad, right? When you look at it statistically right now, people that have a $500 savings account, guys, that's a big deal. Most people can't put their hands on $500 to be able to put a major fire, if they motor blow out in their car, or if a hot water heater go out, or their kids need something for an emergency, they don't have it. Right. So if you're blessed and you're fortunate enough to be in a position where you have the opportunity to do those things, that's great. What I want to show you is how to put a residual income into your family that'll be here indefinitely, that you can will down for your children's children. Like I said on my call yesterday, people have jobs that they put more pride in than they put in their businesses. And I'm just that type of person that I don't believe that you should put more pride in a job than you do in your business. If you go to Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he has a chapter and it's called Mind Your Own Business. So in Mind Your Own Business, the concept that's being discussed in that space is how do you build something that's yours? How do you mind your own business? If you have a job, that's good to be able to take care of survival. But we're not supposed to be stuck in survival for a lifetime, are we? Last time I checked, survival was just something temporary to be able to get yourself out of. But a lot of people treat survival like it's supposed to be a lifetime. You're not supposed to be stuck in poverty for a lifetime. You're not supposed to be able to pay your light bill year, day, week in, week out, month in, month out for a lifetime. You're not supposed to have to borrow money for a lifetime, right? So jobs to me are for survival. They're not for legacy. I ain't never seen a person pass down a job. Never. If you're making $25 an hour, that's great. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? If you're making $50 an hour, you know, that's a blessing. But if your child is 18 that wants to come in and assume that job, they can't do it. Why? Because jobs are not transferable. So jobs are not true generational wealth, right? You have a skill set, you trade time for money, but eventually you're going to run out of time and you still ain't going to have enough money. So my concept to you in teaching generational wealth, as I always tell you, that 40-40-40 rule is something that we got to understand. Most people work for 40 years of their life, right? 40 hours a week to retire for 40% of their income, and they couldn't live 100% off in the first place. So if you couldn't live off of 40% of the income and from the ages of 25 to 65, when you're vibrant, your energy is up, how in the world do you feel like you're really going to be able to live off 100%? If you can live 100%, how you going to live off 40% from 65 to 80? Where your body is shutting down, medicine is high, inflation is going up. That 40-40-40 rule has been around for ages, but people still acting like it ain't there. Guys, that's not true generational wealth. Don't ever teach your children just to get a job. You better teach your children how to go into business. We're living in an era and time right now where jobs have failed. The pandemic has hit. People can't go to work, got to work from home. Companies are shutting down, but people still want to live off of one stream of income. I think this has been a moment in life where everybody's having to wake up and pay attention to what's really going on. So I'm doing these calls at 4 and 7 to take 30 minutes, 40 minutes of my time, of my day, to give you guys some information about generational wealth. I want to teach you about the right side of the quadrant. Right now, most people on the left side of the quadrant, where they are employees and they're self-employed people. My message to you is how do you get to the right side of the quadrant, right, where you become a business owner and an investor? Write this book down, Cash Flow Quadrant. Write that book down. In the Cash Flow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki talks about how most people trade time for money. And I want to get people out of this mindset of trading time for money. An employee is a person that's always going to trade time for money. Right? So you're going to clock in, you're going to clock out. When you stop clocking out, the check stop. Ain't that what happened in the pandemic? Everybody had these great jobs. That job wasn't so daggone good, was it, when you couldn't go, right? And so at the end of the day, you always going to trade time for money. And then when they don't need you anymore, they let you go. You got seniority, they're gonna cut your salary or cut you out, and they're gonna move in 2 to 3 people that they can get cheaper than you, like a free agent coming in from the draft. They're gonna let the veterans go. They're gonna bring in some rookies, and you done for. And you better hope you save money. Statistically, most people are not prepared financially for retirement. And so most people are not prepared for retirement, but they spend 40 years of their life working a job that live off of 40% of their income and still don't have enough money. And that's why we see so many senior citizens working part-time jobs at Walmart, waitressing and stuff like that, because they're not prepared for it. A self-employed person is a person that takes on their job and they employ themselves, right? You got to understand this. Most people employ themselves to be a worker of a different job that they own. So now you're the business owner, but there's a difference between a technician and a business owner. Most people go into business for themselves and they only technicians. They don't have the mindset of how to do accounting, how to do payroll, how to do HR, right? You feel like you want to be the boss when you work in a job until you become a boss and you realize there's more to being a boss than doing the job. Technicians and business owners are not the same people, right? So that's all on the left side of the quadrant. The other side is the freedom side. I want you to write this down. Right side of the quadrant, freedom. If I ask you right now, if everybody on this call, I said, close your eyes and imagine money is no longer a situation in your life, how would you spend your time? Where would you go? What would you do? If money was no longer an issue of how you take care of your family and you already knew your children's children would be taken care of for the things that you did in your lifetime, would life be a whole lot better and a whole lot easier? The answer is obviously yes. The reason why most people are stressed out, why marriages break up, why kids act out, why people can't, why cancer is so high, is all because of finances, economics. If you go back to it, everything goes back to it. People are struggling because they don't have enough money coming into their family, to their household. This is why things are happening. The freedom side of life and the cash flow quadrant is on the right-hand side. This is where a business owner owns a system. right? And this is why I'm doing these calls, because I have an opportunity to share with you all, and the opportunity is going to only take me about 10 minutes to go over with you. But all of my calls, y'all know how I rock. I want to give you mindset first, because these conversations are not conversations that's had on a regular basis in our households. So we have generation after generation after generation failing financially, no money saved, kids can't go to college, and we got parents trying to make their kids be everything in sport they could possibly become, because the parents know they ain't got no money. And so the only way for their kids to go to school is if they get a scholarship. So what if the kid break down along the way of this journey that you pushing them through because you haven't made a good decision to save money for their college? Now your kid can't go to college without the scholarship or without the money. We failed them. As parents, we got to start looking at this thing called finance differently. Every millionaire got at least 7 streams of income. My question to you today is, how many streams of income do you have? Now, if you only got 1 stream of income, that is beyond failure. We cannot live our lives anymore with 1 stream of income. I had 1 stream of income when I was working in corporate America, and I hated it because I had to go to work regardless. Like many of y'all too, right? You hate waking up on Monday morning, right? And you can't wait to Friday, right? Why is that? Why do we do that so long? Because if that income stopped, it's done. In my previous opportunity, I made over $1 million in 3.5, 4 years, but I had 1 stream of income. When it stopped, it almost put me in a depression. It almost put me in a state where I almost tapped out mentally, because I didn't know how to make it without that income. 1 stream of income is an automatic setup for failure. You gotta have 2, 3, 4 different things with a drop in the bucket. A drop in the bucket over a period of time is always gonna fill up the pail. Don't ever forget about it. I don't care if it's paying you $200, $300 a month, $600 a month. $600 a month when you need it is a lot of money. You follow what I'm saying? So we need that. So I'm teaching this opportunity and this conversation today to talk about the freedom side of the quadrant, how to be a business owner and have systems with multiple people in play doing one particular task. And now you have money coming in regardless. Now you have freedom. Now you can travel, you can go where you want to go. The last thing of the quadrant is an investor, guys. You got to understand this. Get the book Cashflow Quadrant, right? I feel like leaders are readers, and your income going to go up as you grow up, right? You got to grow up mentally and emotionally to really be good with money. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. I'm 20 years, 25 years personally developed to be able to get this type of information, right? And people will say, well, Sloan, you talk fast, or how you fought, because it's in me. This is in my core. This is something I've engulfed myself into. It's bettering myself. To make more money for your family, to create a legacy, right? My whole thing is become a living legend. Don't be a dead legend. Become something your family can be proud of while you're here. You have to get better. Becoming an investor, now you got money making money. You can make money in your sleep. You can make money around the clock. Tradera opportunities all on the right-hand side. I get 5, 10, 15 inboxes every single day about people asking me about, is it real? How does it work? Guys, we do nothing more in Tradera but teach people money. Everything we teach is the right-hand side of the quadrant. We're not teaching a person to trade time for money. We're teaching people how to trade information. You have to learn how to trade information. The biggest thing you can transfer to your children is information of how to become wealthy. Stop buying them Jordans for their birthday and giving them $500, $300. They're gonna waste that. They see no value in that. Give your children some books. Get them some information. Open up them some different type of accounts that interest can grow. This is true generational wealth. What's in your head? What's in your head is gonna become what's in your pocket. If you ain't got nothing in your head, your pocket ain't gonna be right. We gotta change our mindset. In Tradera, we teach business. When you join our company, we teach you how to put together a corporation, LLC yourself. Let's go in business, get a W-9, right? Let's get some tax write-offs. Let's do business, right? And we're going to teach you how to invest your money, make your money grow. So I'm going to go through a very short and brief presentation talking about how you can create generational wealth for you and your family, being on the right-hand side of the quadrant. And all we got to do is get in position, guys. That's all we got to do is get in position. I'm going to show you an overview of one of the most amazing companies in the country right now. Second to none. Second to none. Tradera's financial game plan is one of the best game plans in all of America right now. I will put this compensation program up against any compensation program in the country. Here we go. So right now, as we see, a lot of people actually say, okay, what is Tradera? Where did it come from? Tradere's been around since 2019, was previously under a different company name. But this is the deal. We're in a trade era, right? And when I look at the name, that's what I see. We're in a trade era right now where people have to learn how to make money digitally, not just in brick and mortar no more. Those days of working in brick and mortar and mills and factories on assembly line, them days are over. Like that indoctrination is dead. You never gonna be able to take care of your family just working in four walls, clocking in, clocking out, trading time for money. We're in a trade era right now where two gentlemen was understanding the digital side. And I think one of the most powerful things about Tradera, like I spoke about the other day, is 4 different generations right now that's in America, right? My grandmother's 86 years old, right? She did that work for a company, get a pension, right? Live off the pension. That's what they work for, to get the pension after 65 to take care of them. But companies don't do pensions no more. So them days is over. You can't live off a pension no more. Companies went to 401ks because they understood the concept of the pension was putting them out of business. So they're no longer taking employees to be their responsibility. So what's your backup plan? So these companies that y'all love so much and these jobs that we dedicate all of our lives to, what is your backup plan when they're done with you? Is my question. When they're done with you, what is your plan for yourself? Because you put the company before you put your family for so long. So when the company done with you, how you gonna take care of your family? These gentlemen came up in the 4th generation, right? Where they came up in this group of millenniums who don't believe in what happened in the 1st generation. They don't believe it. Cody and Easton is 24 and 25 years old, 7-figure traders that built a multi-million-dollar program. God, to me, that is so powerful because they had enough courage to do what our forefathers didn't do, was to step out there on their ambition, right? To step out there and what they believe in. So that's why entrepreneurship is something that I love and I love to teach, because everybody has enough in them to create their own legacy. You got enough to create your own money. Stop relying on companies pimping out your talent, trading time for money when you can work for yourself and create your own 6-figure income for yourself. Cody and Easton did that at 24 and 25 years old. Companies 100% debt free because they started out of their pocket, right? These guys make millions of dollars trading on the foreign exchange. So people ask you, okay, Sloan, what does Forex stand for? Forex stands for foreign exchange. That we in America right now, and we decide to go to Mexico, we have to exchange that for pesos, right? That ability to be able to do that is called an exchange rate, right? So what we teach our people is how to look at the market, and based on our professors in our academy, we teach you how to look at exchange rates, how to match up pairs and make a profit and make money for your family. That's what we teach. So there's nothing but an online academy. It's like a college where you can enroll in online and learn money. Again, the biggest thing is information. What's in your mind is what's going to be in your pocket. The question is, how much information about money do you have in your mind? And if it's something that wasn't taught to you, something that you won't know, we have the best opportunity right now in the country, to me, because we teach people money. That's what we teach. That's something that needs to be taught at the cookout versus just playing horseshoes all day or cornhole or whatever we want to play. We need to talk to our family about money. So when Tradera comes, when you come into Tradera, you enroll inside of our academy, you pay $99 to get an education on foreign exchange. Guys, this education is typically $5,000 to be able to learn. $1,200 a year if you did nothing else but just paid your $99. But it gets even better than that. When your person logs and get this education from us, they can enroll 3 people and they can get their membership for free. So you can get a Harvard class education on business for $99. Guys, I don't understand why nobody couldn't see the value in that. It's so much value in information. I done paid $99 for cufflinks that's sitting on my dresser. You know what I'm saying? I done paid $99 for a pair of shoes. I done paid $99 for a shirt. The shirt I had in Atlanta in the presentation was a shirt. It was $250 for the shirt. I can't transfer that shirt to my kids. We got to understand how generational wealth is. We got to invest our money in places where it makes sense, that we can get more value out of. A lot of y'all invested $99 for things that was less valuable. True or not true? So if we're going to put our money in places, let's put our money in places that make sense. You can enroll 3 people inside of Tradera's Academy with you, and your membership becomes absolutely free of charge. Is that not powerful or what? You're talking about for $99, you get a first-class education on how money works. Guys, trade alerts. You're going to get this. Most investors don't want to share their trade alerts. So if you're a person and you want to understand how trading works and you ask a trader, most traders not going to really tell you. That's kind of like their secret sauce, you know what I'm saying, of how they make their money. So if we can get 2 to 3 trade alerts with a 70% accuracy on that deal, and Tradera's the only Forex company that has an open book 12 months history of trade alerts, guys, that's beautiful. I'm a business person. It's nothing more better than when a person's willing to open up the books and they can show you the growth and track record. So if we look at investments in America, I've been doing securities for 15 years. The United States of America market for stocks is 68 to 32. 68 years of the stock market has been up in the US and 32 years has been down. That's a 70-30 ratio. Me and my brother were just having this conversation how the law of the universe works, because my brother he's a tennis instructor in Denmark as well. And he said the 70-30 concept is what they teach in tennis as well, that you got to lose 3 times to win 7. Ain't that ironic? You know what I'm saying? But this concept stands to be true, that it is what it is. We have to be able to understand the ratio of how this works, that a 70-30 rule is inevitable for everything in life. I'm doing a call, bro. You can go in there. And so the 70-30 rule is everything in life. In Tradera, you have an opportunity, if you lose 3 times and be up 7, with the accuracy of that's second to none in the industry. Live sessions and webinars, right? You can get on some of our sessions and be able to learn and develop yourself live. There's nothing better to be able to get an instructor that can teach you real time. Study groups, we have that. Weekly payouts, guys, again, a disclaimer, it's going to be like Vegas. You can put your own money in your account and our instructors teach you risk assessment and how to be able to manage your business. Guys, everybody gets this value for $99. Put to me, if you feel like that's valuable, just put the word valuable in the chat. If you feel like a person coming on board to be able to get a Harvard class education for $99 to learn business, if that's valuable to understand the market. Let me show you something else. Let me show you our compensation program. Guys, this deal is second to none. Again, people ask me all the time, Sloan, does it really work? Okay, let me show you how this works. Right now, I hope you guys can see the screen. Our compensation pays out all the way from a free membership, from enrolling 3 people, all the way up to $1 million a month. From 3 people enrolling, you getting a free membership, all the way up to $1 million a month. A person at Icon is making $250,000 every 7 days. We have a young lady in our business right now by the name of Dominique Barbie. She's making $200,000 every freaking Monday, guys. So $50,000 every single Monday, $200,000. Dominique, I spoke something on you, guys. It came off my tongue. I spoke something on you. You about to go to another level. She's in a position right now where, and I seen your post that said you about to do that too. That's that. I spoke it. You heard me say it on my call. I spoke it. She's making $50,000 every Monday, $200,000 a month. Guys, we have 3 or 4 people at making $100,000 a month right now, $25,000 a week. My partner, Andre Russell, right there, who enrolled me into the business, right? Andre's at a King, right? He's making $20,000 a month. Guys, this stuff is amazing. You don't have to be a recruiter. You don't have to be a big talker. And our compensation program is, if you enroll 3 people personally, right, and your people help other people grow, that's the whole collaborative effort of our business, then a person has an opportunity, guys, for the compensation to go to another level. Let me show you exactly what happened for me. Again, people ask me all the time, Sloan, does it really work? Let me show you. Let me show you. This is exactly, teammates, what happened in my life when I joined Tradera. When I joined Tradera, let me pull this slide up. Hold on. Let me close this one out. I want to show you real time. Real time, not just a theory. How does it really work? Here we go. That's the one I want right there. Perfect. This is how it works real time. When I came into this opportunity, for my first 30 days, I say this all the time, I did nothing. I enrolled my people. Guys, and I did nothing. I enrolled my people and I sat still. I went away for 30 days and I was already getting $500. I was already getting $500 in my e-wallet. I made the decision. I decided to do this. From the time I decided is when my 30-day clock started. So in all reality, I enrolled in Tradera in less than 2 months, right? First 30 days was still at $500 month residual. The power of $500, what I told you guys earlier. The next, and 2 weeks later, I was at $2,000 in residual income. In 2 weeks, went to $2,000 residual. 2 weeks later, $5,000 in residual. In another week or two from where I'm at right now, today's date is October the 7th. You say this says October the 4th. On October the 7th is today, guys, and I'm literally moments away from $10,000 in income. You talking about it'll be less than 6 weeks from the time I made the decision I was going to do it, because I was like, me and you guys, I might have just decided I was going to trade. When I came over, I was just going to trade. I was going to put some of my friends and family in the game, and we were always going to learn how to trade together. I immediately went tonight and started making $500 in residual income without even no effort of doing anything, but just helping other people learn how money really works. Guys, that's so powerful to me. So when you look at the compensation program from a theory standpoint, or is people really doing it, then you look at a person. I got the people on my live right now, they want to see the screen too. Let me turn it around. And you look at a person who really did it, it's no theory involved. We got to go to the reality. And the reality is this. I'm going to stop the screen share and we're going to close this out. The reality is this. If we really going to do economics, let's do economics. If we really gonna have a conversation, let's have a real conversation. And the real conversation of it is we have to be on the right side of the quadrant, align yourself up with an opportunity where you can run a business and learn how to invest. And if it comes down to information, putting yourself in places where information can be delivered to you. And on this call today, my only objective was to share with you the reality of what we've been taught from the past has been a lie. And the reality of today is this: if we're gonna be able to take our families to the next level, we're gonna have to realize the truth. There is only a small percentage of people in the world that are actually business owners. There's only a small percentage of people in the world that are business owners. So the question has to be why? And it all goes back down to information. See, teaching us about Christopher Columbus and teaching us about, 1475 and 1328, that ain't paid no bills lately. I can't send my daughter to college on that. I can't get my son shoes for school on that. Like, these theories of teaching us how to go work for a job is the reason why most people have more student loan debt on their credit report than they have mortgages. Most people never buy houses because they can't get their credit back in shape after college to be able to have a progressive life. So we don't really start teaching the real concept of financial services and economic empowerment. We're always going to have a group of people that's struggling that's going to be stuck on the left-hand side. Hey, listen, your boy Dynamite just trying to get you to the right-hand side. The opportunity to Tradera is so real for me. I've been in financial services almost half of my life. I'm 35. I've been in this industry almost half of my life. I've been in business for 20 years. 20 years. I've been in business 20 years. And what I have seen in this company, it's going to be more millionaires made in Tradera because of the economy, the world shifting, how everybody have to learn how to do stuff from home, from their phones. You can't work these traditional jobs. You can't be in a position where what you thought was going to work and rely on them companies. They failed us all. So my question to you now, what you going to do about it? Hey, listen, get back with the person that invited you to this call. Let them send you their link. Let's have a real conversation about true financial literacy, true economic development, true financial empowerment, and how to get you from the left side to the right side. If it comes down to it, what's the difference between the have and the have-nots? Is information. They didn't teach business in our schools because they didn't want us to know money, because they wanted to be employees, because employment became the new controlled slavery. So how we get out of that mindset is we unshackle ourselves and we empower ourselves financially, and we can write our own check. I promise you. You got to learn how to sign the front of the check and not the back. You understand what I'm saying? Most people only sign the back of checks. You got to learn how to sign the front of the check and not the back. So this your boy Dynamite Sloan, man. I appreciate everybody hopping on. I appreciate everybody being in the position, guys, you know what I mean, where you can get on for a moment and just vibe with me for a moment. I don't have no traditional call about business. My conversation to my group is always going to be the reality of where you are and how we got lied to and how I want to help you get to the right-hand side, man. Get back with the person invited you to this call. I'm going to do another call at 7 o'clock. My calls are always only 30 minutes. I don't believe in no long calls, but we're going to give you something new every time. So if you on this call at 4, you ain't going to hear the same thing at 7. I promise I'm going to give you something different. But get yourself aligned with Tradera. You heard it from me first. Tradera is going to make more millionaires in America than any other company in history, because it's teaching money and it's teaching how to help people make money. And once you learn how businesses and investments go together, you can't help but make 7 figures. You can't stop it. You can't control it. All right, so peace and blessings to everybody. It's your boy, Dynamite Sloan, man. Let's keep working hard to be a living legend. We don't want to be dead legends. Let's get our legacy work right here while we're alive. All right, peace. We'll catch you at 7.
All right. That wow. That's all. Is wow. Man, I appreciate everybody coming out. I hope you all took a lot away from that. Like you said, get back with the person who invited you to this wonderful, wonderful information from this inspiring gentleman. And we'll talk to y'all again at 7.